What's up, Tim Sykes here. I'm doing video lessons just based on what happens to me in trading and in life and in teaching. I think that they're good lessons for everybody. Literally right before this, just made a video explaining my CREX trading. Nailed it before the stock tripled several hours later, but I wasn't aggressive enough. Click the link below. I'm going to include a link to that video lesson so that you understand this one better, because you have to watch that video before you watch this one. Because on CREX, I traded it, I alerted it, I made money, but I underestimated it. Literally the stock more than doubled from my highest selling price. So sometimes I'm gonna underestimate stocks. I still made a few $1,000s on the day. But with this video, when we make a good trade, when we make a bad trade, I send out an email to everybody. I'm like, okay, here's the lesson. And I always read all of the emails. A lot of people don't understand this. I read all the emails, I read all my DMs. Part of the reason why, I'm a good teacher, I think, is because I see what people are responding to. I see what they have questions about, and I answer. And it's not a bot. It's not, anybody else. I take pride in this. I'm a workaholic. I'm married to my work. I think that's a good thing. I think that you can't be over-prepared enough. I don't think you can be passionate enough. I think that's key to my success as both a trader and now a teacher. But I get entertained by some of these emails. And you have to remember, I don't take anything personally. I understand most people in my industry are selling snake oil. I understand most of them are fakes. They have fake students, they have fake names, they have fake photos of their trips. They use my photos. Binary options, by the way, is a total scam. Crypto, all the sketchiest people in the world I know are in crypto. Forex, I don't think you have any good edge whatsoever. So I trade penny stocks, but I take pride in it. And I think I explain why penny stocks are good. In the link below, I'm also going to include a link to my free volatility guide, just in case you're wondering what's happening with penny stocks in these volatile markets. It's actually a pretty crazy time. I made this guide free. It's 2 hours. Give me 2 hours. I'm going to open your eyes. Totally free. No spam, no BS. I just want to teach you. But in this video, I responded to these emails. And so we talked about the CREX trade, how I underestimated it, but how I was early. How so many students banked because of the alerts and because of them becoming self-sufficient. Many people actually traded it better than me, which I like. I don't get angry about. But this one guy said, LOL, that's old news, you chump. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, CREX, I alerted it in the morning when it only had a new website. It didn't even have a press release. And the press release came out at 3 p.m. Eastern. And we sent out this email at 5 p.m. Eastern. So I'm like, it's not really old news. And I said, LOL, news came out this afternoon, you moron, Tim. I said it very nicely, right? And he said, then why did I buy this stock this morning, you swindler? And I said, I bought it this morning too, but the press release came out in the afternoon. Fix your attitude, it's disgusting and pathetic, really sad, dude. And I continue. I take pride in my emails. But you talk to enough people online, there's always the one weirdo, that's you. And I have to point this out, because if I can help one weirdo become non-weird, if I can help one person with a bad attitude get a better attitude, then I've done my job. You have to remember, Michael Good was my first millionaire student. He wrote a blog post about me saying I was full of BS. We went back and forth in the comments. He gave me a chance. He's now made $2 million. So any one of my haters, I stand up to. I know you're supposed to ignore your haters because you're supposed to be like the better man or the bigger person, but that's not me. When the rappers stole my photos on Instagram, was I silent? No, I created a whole little beef on Instagram. The radio show that I was on that interviewed me called me petty. And I said, yes, I am petty. You have to know yourself, okay? I don't like it when people steal my photos. I don't like it when people lie. I'm always going to try to correct those injustices. I think that's because I used to, expose penny stock scams. Now I'm trying to, teach people a real process in this industry full of snake oil salesmen. I like justice. I like honesty. And sometimes it costs me. I probably shouldn't waste my time on people with bad attitudes, but I want to give everybody a chance. At least that way I go to sleep every night and I'm like, I tried my best. I help people with a good attitude. I spend much more time on people with a good attitude. Thank you to all you guys. But bad attitude people, I'll still give a chance. So I, called this person out and I said, you talk to enough people, there is that one weirdo. And it's true. I was just being honest. I talk to a lot of people. I probably talk to more traders than anybody else in the world. And I talk to some very weird people. And that's not the end of the world. I'm pretty weird myself if you watch me long enough. JB's filming me. He's known me a few years. Am I a pretty weird guy?
In a good way, yeah.
You don't have to compliment. I'm not searching for compliments. I want you to confirm that I'm a weird guy.
I mean, everyone's weird.
Oh my God. He's Canadian. He's too nice. I'm a weird guy, okay? He should be meaner. But this is basically what I said. I said he was a weirdo. And then he responded and he said, LOL, I didn't know this was a real email. I was kind of just cracking a joke at what I thought was an auto reply. Bot, haha. Either way, my guy, get a sense of humor. I imagine you made a lot more money off of it than I did. I originally joined the mailing list because, like most people, trying to make the most of every dollar I have. But I'm not one to pay for advice, so I just kind of left it at that. I fully respect your hustle though. You seem like a go-getter. Sorry for the offense, just cracking some jokes. I'm probably weirder than most people you talk to though. Anyways, cheers, man. So I turned this hater who called me a swindler, who was like lying about me, and he was just testing me because he thought that it was a bot. I don't use bots, okay? Some people say, oh, Tim, you're like retweeting all these, fake accounts that you own. I don't have fake accounts. I have a lot of students. I don't think you realize how real I am. I'm actually in my boxers right now, okay? I'm not even wearing pants. I'm just recording this because this is on my mind and I want to be real with you. JB, can you confirm that I just have my boxers on?
Can confirm.
Good. This is the thing. So I want to be real with you. I want to cut through the BS. I responded after he said, anyways, cheers, man. I said, no worries. And then he gave me some other stock, which I don't think is that good. It doesn't even matter. The point is, if you email me, I'm going to respond. If you lie about me, I'm going to correct it. This is just who I am. And I want you to know, for better or worse, this is a good thing for you as a student, because I have like this, just disgust for lies and injustice. If you look at Carmageddon Save the Reef, a lot of the things that we post about, it's based on lack of awareness. The fact that we're killing rhinos because, old wives' tales say that they're medicinal when in fact they have no medicinal purposes whatsoever. There's no science behind rhino horn. It's just keratin. It's the same things that's in our fingernails. That pisses me off when I've seen rhinos. I've been so fortunate to feel them and see them and go down to South Africa and Kenya and meet them. And it's terrible that we're destroying this entire species over old wives' tales that can be corrected using knowledge, using data, using social media to spread that knowledge faster than ever and bust through the lies. And that's what I hope to do with penny stocks. So I appreciate my haters. I appreciate my fans. I'm going to try to win you over. I'm not trying to be liked. You can hate me, but at least learn my rules. Think of me as like your friendly drill sergeant, right? Like if you look at people who go off to war and their drill sergeant is like giving them orders and they hate the drill sergeant, but then when they're in war, they're very happy that they're trained because they have the rules, they have the discipline that their drill sergeant taught them at training, and that helps them get through war. Trading is war. Make no mistake, this is a battlefield, okay? 90% plus of traders lose. If you look at the industry stats, it is a terrible, terrible, dangerous battlefield. And most people get on this battlefield and they're ill-equipped. They're using brokers like Robinhood, which has terrible executions. You can't even short most of the companies that you need to. You can't even trade a lot of the OTCs. It's terrible. And Robinhood, frankly, is like bringing a butter knife onto a battlefield where everyone else has machine guns. That's just one example. I want to arm you, okay? I want to teach you how to stay disciplined, how to survive in this war, how to thrive in this war. So again, click the links below. I'm going to do 2 links. One link to the previous video about CREX. That's more of a technical look at this stock that had a big ass informational inefficiency that we profit off of and underestimated. And then I'm also going to include a link to my free volatility guide because I want you taking better advantage of all these volatile stocks. This is not the first volatile stock. This is not the last one, but if you're prepared, hopefully it'll be the last one that you're unprepared for. Study up, leave a comment, let me know if you love me or hate me. I don't care, I'm gonna respond either way.